We're going to be talking about Roth conversions today and how the summer of 2022 right now is the best time to convert to Roth. Now, many of you may have a traditional IRA or 401k where you pay taxes on the way out. You're growing this big retirement account, and as you pull the dollars out at retirement, age 59 and a half or later, you're going to pay taxes on the distributions. Now, in a Roth, remember, that money grows and comes out entirely tax-free at retirement. You don't pay taxes on the way out as you're pulling the money out later on in retirement. That's why everybody loves the Roth accounts. Now, some of you may have Roth envy. You've experienced symptoms of anxiety of paying taxes in retirement as you're pulling out the money from your traditional retirement accounts. Well, there's a solution. It's called the Roth Conversion. And when you do a Roth conversion, you can convert your traditional 401k or IRA dollars over to Roth. But there's a catch. You have to pay taxes when you convert. So for example, if you have a $100,000 traditional IRA that you want to be a $100,000 Roth IRA, the IRS will let you do it. Right now, you can do it whenever you want, but they're going to make you pay taxes on the value of your account at the time you convert. So for example, that $100,000 account, you're going to get a 1099-R from your IRA custodian that's going to go on your 1040 tax return, and you're going to pay tax on that, whatever regular tax bracket you fall into. So if you're in a 25% tax bracket and you have federal and 5% tax bracket state, on that $100,000 conversion, you're going to pay $30,000 in tax. Now, that sucks now. And I know that's one of the big hangups of people going to Roth. But if you think about your money growing for the long haul, accumulating, getting larger, this little seed of money you have that you're growing and investing, when you harvest it later, that bigger dollar amount coming out is not taxable at all. That's the benefit of the Roth. So we're taking some short-term pain for long-term benefit down the road. Now, I want to talk about why now, the summer of 2022, is the best time to convert to Roth. And there's two big reasons why we're seeing lots of clients converting to Roth right now. The first, if your IRA or 401k traditional dollars have been in the stock market, you have had a massive correction where your account value has gone down, right? We've seen the largest correction in the stock market. The second largest in my entire lifetime has happened here in 2022. Okay, I'm over 40 years old, guys. So that's a big deal. That's a long time. What's happened is now your account value, if you had the $100,000 traditional IRA or 401k, it might be $80,000 now. Well, if you convert now, you're only paying tax on the value now, the $80,000 value. So the smart clients, the smart money is saying, I'm going to convert at the lower value so I pay lower tax. I've been wanting to go to Roth for years. This is my opportunity to do it at the least painful tax bracket and burden. Okay, that's reason number one. Convert now because the market is low. For those of you who invest in the stock market with your traditional IRA or 401k, awesome opportunity to do it, quite frankly, at a bargain. All right. Now, the second reason why this is a great time to convert to Roth, this is one particularly for high income earners. Last year, we saw proposals in Congress to restrict Roth conversions on high income earners. And we've had that restriction in the code before, actually, back in the early 2000s, and when Roth came about, high income earners couldn't convert to Roth. Then that got taken out. Now Congress wants to bring it back in so that if you're a high income earner, meaning about 150,000 single, 250, let's say married, approximately around there, there's been proposals in Congress where you will not be able to convert to Roth in the future. Now, luckily, those proposals failed last year as they were proposed in the bills, but it's possible they could stay around. It's possible it could come back next year. So if you're a high income earner, it's another reason to make sure you're getting your stuff together. Let me use that word instead of the other one. Let's make sure we get your crap together here and convert when you know you can. Okay. That rule has not been enacted. And I'm not saying it's automatically going to happen here or it's even likely, but it's a risk. And we know for you high income earners right now, you can still convert to Roth. All right. So now here's the process to actually do it. You're going to need to do what's called a Roth conversion election. Okay. There's a form that your IRA custodian or your 401k custodian, and here at Directed IRA, our company, we just have a Roth conversion form. You're going to take that form and fill it out and send it to your IRA or 401k administrator. You're going to tell them the amount you want to convert. You don't have to convert the whole thing if you don't want to. So if you've got the $100,000 account and you're like, well, I'd like to just convert maybe 50,000 of that. And I'll leave 50,000 traditional. The other 50,000 I will have as Roth. Okay. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine. You could convert the whole thing. Some people like doing it in pieces because it can break up the tax year. So maybe you got the $100,000 account. You say, I want to convert 50,000 of that now in 2022 while the market's low. And maybe January 1st of 2023, I'll convert the other 50,000. That way I've broken up the tax burden and that 1099 that's going to go out and have to be on my taxes into 2 tax years. It might prevent you from going into a higher tax bracket. So, but remember, the key to initiating that is a Roth conversion election form. All right, now let's go over the mechanics on how you do this. You're going to submit a Roth conversion form to your IRA or 401k administrator. You're going to tell them, this is the amount I want to convert to Roth. Now, this election form, you'll have the option. You could say that for that 100,000 traditional IRA, for example, let's convert the whole 100,000 over to Roth. Or you could say, I want to do a partial conversion. Maybe that 100,000, I want to convert 40 grand of it this year, and I'll leave the other 60,000 as traditional. And in that instance, what's going to happen is you're going to have 2 accounts at the end of the day. You'll still have your traditional account with 60,000 in it, but the Roth account, the new one that's been converted, is going to be 40,000. And those are 2 separate accounts, whether you're Roth and traditional IRA or traditional 401k and Roth 401k. So you're going to have 2 accounts in that instance if you do a partial conversion. Again, if you convert the whole thing, that traditional IRA is now going to be a Roth IRA, or that traditional 401k is now a Roth 401k. Now, we know the pain that's going to happen from this, right? You're going to pay taxes on the conversion. And that's why a lot of people don't want to do this. And again, that's why it's an awesome time to do it this year as the values are low. What's going to happen is your IRA custodian is going to send you a 1099-R. Now, because of that, some people like to do the partial conversion and convert a piece this year. Let's say you did the 40,000 this year and do the other 60,000 January 1st of 2023. In that instance, that 60,000 in January of 2023 is going to be on a separate tax year. So the 40,000 will go on my 1040 tax return this year, and the 60,000 would go on my 1040 tax return in 2023. Thereby, it's keeping me in a lower tax bracket overall by breaking that conversion up between 2 years. Now, that takes a little more work because you got to do it twice, but some people like to break up the tax burden between the 2 different years. Now, when you have the Roth account, remember, this is managed separately. It's a separate account from your traditional. But the awesome thing moving forward now, once you've converted to Roth, is that money is growing and coming out entirely tax-free. Now, we love Roth accounts here at Directed IRA. I use a Roth IRA, but I also have traditional dollars. So I know the struggle and the pain that happens when you need to convert. Now, for those of you with traditional IRAs and 401ks, remember, this is the best time we've had in a long time to convert to Roth. So take advantage of it. You're going to have some short-term pain. There's no way around that. There's going to be tax on the conversion. But what we're looking to do is build tax-free wealth, tax-free distributions on the growth, on the larger amount that we're going to have at the end of the day. That's the benefit of the Roth. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share. I want to get this message out there. And I hope this helps you better take control of your retirement.